Hello everyone, I am Revolution X Gamer and I welcome you to a beginner's guide to Everquest. I've started a free-to-play account and I will introduce you to some of the features you have and what you can get out of upgrading to gold. I will also be showing you some of the basic controls and gameplay. First off, you have to register and download the game. I will have the link to their website in the description. After your installation is complete, which took me roughly 30 minutes, you can click play. You will appear at a server selection screen. There are 15 servers for you to choose from. I personally play on Drynal and my main character's name is Silas. Basically, there are three types of servers. PvP, which is Zac. Role-playing, where you can buy and trade almost any gear for a set price, which is Front of Eye. Then you have the rest of the standard servers, like Drynal or Second E, etc. When you have selected your server, press Play Everquest. You'll appear in a spinning character selection screen. Here you can create, select, delete, enter tutorial if you're of level, and return home, which can be used to return to your starting city. Next, click the Create Character button. As a free-to-play member, you have a selection of 4 playable races and 4 playable classes: Wizard, Warrior, Rogue, and Cleric. I will briefly describe each of their properties and the role they play in the group. Warriors are the best possible meat shield class in the game. They have the best possible mitigation, which is how you take hits to your hit points, but they don't have any spellcasting abilities. They can dual wield 2 weapons, a weapon and a shield, or a 2-handed weapon. In a group, the warrior plays a key role as the main tank. Rogues are a pure melee class. Just like warriors, they have no ability to cast spells, but they make up for it with their massive DPS, damage per second, because of their quick reuses on their disciplines. This class works best if you're dual-wielding 2 low-delay piercing weapons, but if your offhand can vary between blunt, slashing, or piercing. Your primary should be a piercing weapon, because without it you cannot use your best ability, backstab. In a group, the rogue can play main assist or play along as a DPS role in your group. As soon as you get some more experience, you can also play the role as the puller in your group. Clerics are the best possible healers in the game. They have strong critical heals and the ones that are responsible to keep you alive. They can deal out massive damage to undead creatures and put a reverse damage shield on the monsters, so every time they try to attack, they get hit. Clerics have the power to resurrect their fallen members and get them back into combat. This class plays the role as the main healer in a group. Wizards are heavy damage casters. They can deal out massive damage in just a few cast of spells. In a group, they play a role as a DPS caster. As you go along playing this class, you'll have to master the control of your aggro, which is the monster's aggressiveness towards you. Because within a few casts of your spells, if you're not careful, you can pull the aggro off the main tank and onto yourself, which, as a cloth class, you will die very quickly. Now the races you have access to are Barbarian, Human, Gnome, and Erudite. Humans are a well-rounded race and can be played as almost any class. Barbarians are a class that either use their wisdom or brawn to defend or damage their foe. Gnomes are known as the tinkering class of the game. They can create little gadgets that are useful for your non-combat skills, but they can also play all of the playable classes you have unlocked as a free member. But I don't think I could personally play a gnome as a tank. And finally, Erudite, which makes great casters. This race is believed to be the most intellectually superior race in Norath. I will show you the human warrior. You can edit the appearance of your character, edit the stats, which is mainly for advanced Everquest players, and select whether you want to play in the tutorial or not. Finally, we're going to choose a name. You can enter whatever name you want, but for this tutorial, I'm just going to click the random name button. Next, to start off, you want to click Enter World. For new players, Everquest has created a very nice storyline of how you got to the tutorial and what the basics and why you're in the tutorial. It's going to load up and I'm just going to skip the tutorial because if you really want to listen to the whole thing, you can when you start. When you first start out, you'll be in a little cell with areas. First, what you have to do is you hail them, then you say escape. Click accept on the quest, then click OK in the top corner. You'll have to run around the corner and find the Glooming Deep jailer. You have a little bar here which has your attack and your main spells and such. And you just click attack on the mob. Back up and Arius will attack. This is the wizard, so you can cast spells here. And once it's dead, you have to pick up the key off of it. You hand the key to Arius, and you are level 2. You'll be zoning to the actual part of the tutorial where you're going to be doing some of your quests. Okay, now that you've gotten here, you have your basic training quests. You can run through and hail all these people and get free stuff, like if you head over to Abster, hand him your weapon for the quest, he'll sharpen your sword and make it a little stronger. If you go over to Valhera, she'll give you basic leather armor. If you say bless to Ryotan, or hail and learn him about spells, he'll give you your first spell or your discipline if you're a caster class. If you run over to Basher Elga and learn about hotbars, you can get a free run speed 5 equivalent clicky that lasts a little bit of time and has a little bit of a reuse timer, but it's really nice for when you're low level. And as soon as you get through all of these, you can hail Arius and he'll give you a pendant. You also have the Revolt for Glooming Deep. These are your other quests. They're almost all these, with all the optional quests and the normal quests. You can speak with these people, and you can speak with these people over here, these guards, and you get your basic quests. I'm going to click accept on the very first quest, and I'm going to run through it real quick. First, you have to kill some cave rats. You have to kill 8 cave rats and 4 cave bats. I'm a caster class, so it's probably not very good to rush up and attack, but it's not so hard when you're first. You have loots, and it's not so hard when you first start, but when you get up there, you're not going to want to just go in and rush creatures. And it's not a good idea at all. You got to take into account, this is a massive multiplayer game, and you're going to be playing with multiple other people other than yourself. So you might get the random person that wants to try to KS you, like right here. This, I don't even know how to say her name, but I got a group invite. Okay, you have something called group. You'll get invited by random people. I don't think I'm going to take this group invite because she's red to me. Red, the different color level, there's gray. Gray means the mob is too low of a level, you will not get experience. This mob right here is white. That means it's the same level as me, and I'm going to get a certain amount of experience. If the mob is dark blue, it's just 1 or 2 levels below you. If the mob is light blue, the mob is anywhere from 5 to 10 levels below you. If the mob is green to you, it's about 11 to 15 levels below you. Yellow, it's a few levels higher than you, and red, it can be anywhere from 5 to however many up to level 100 now. After you finish this quest, I'm not going to do the whole quest. You just have to kill 8 cave rats. I'll show you where to find them. There's little vermin nests around here that you can quickly, either you can kill it or you can do /open. You have a little main chat. You can set up your screen however you like. I don't have it set up at all right now because this is not my main character. If I were to have my rogue, I'll probably log in my rogue. If you see my other video, you can see that my screen is all set up. This one's just randomly all over the place because I haven't set anything up. Down here you'll have all your cave rats. There are bats, but it looks like someone killed them all recently. There are little vermin nests around the corner here that you can use /open on, and you'll get updates on your quests. In the little vermin nest, you can find some basic things that you can find off of normal rats, like rat ears and stuff like that. You have little chests that you can also click open on. For another quest, there'll be arrows in the barrel. all you'll have to do is right click it, and there'll sometimes be some random stuff in the barrels that you can pick up. For a quest, you need to get some arrows and turn them in, and you can get a quiver, which sells for, if you're not a class of use for them, you can just turn around and sell them. I don't see any cave bats up in here right now, so I'm going to run up here because I know for a fact there are usually some cave bats just flying around up here. Like right here. You just have to kill 4 cave bats, which after you get to level 2, they're dark blue to you, and they can be white. There are multiple other quests here, and you can explore, but I think this is the basics for this that I can show you for now. There's something called mercenaries. Okay, mercenaries, there are healers, tanks, and wizards. Just like the class you can... Tanks, warriors, wizards, and rogues. Basically the classes that you get. That's why you're basically considered the mercenary classes. That's the ones that you have unlocked as a free-to-play member. The healer... Merc, it basically plays the same role as a healer. For your first 10 levels, mercenaries are completely free, and from the tutorial or anywhere, you can basically find a mercenary almost anywhere. You can, if you click Control F, you can find the people like the mercenary liaison. For mercenary liaisons are the ones who have that are the mercs. You have your missions, and you can find everything on your map. If you run over here to the mercenary liaison, all you have to do is right click him. And you have to be silver to unlock some of these things. You have to be, for journeyman, you have to be gold. For tier 3 through tier 5 mercenaries, you need to be silver. You can become a silver by just spending $5 flat out on anything in the station store anywhere. Then you have your tier 1 and tier 2 tanks and healers here. I'm going to pick up a tank merc because for your first... like 30 levels, a tank merc is your, if you're a gold member, a tank merc's your best weapon, and you can run around in your tank merc. If you're a journeyman, it can tank multiple mobs without dropping much health for your first like 20 levels. Your mercenary will assist and attack and do damage to your mobs and basically assist you. The healer merc will heal you like it sounds. The tank merc will tank the mobs for you. The DPS merc is a rogue, which will basically be like a rogue, get up behind the mob and do some damage. You can suspend your merc, you can move with your arrow keys or WASD. Suspend your merc, Alt O is your options. You can go through here, turn on your auto split, which is splitting between your group, consent to your group and stuff so they can drag your corpses. That's a nice thing because you don't want to, if you're dead and you can't get in, there's someone that's going to heal you, you'd like to be healed. You have a key here. If you have a helmet, you can show my helm or hide your helm. Most people personally do not show their helm because the helms in Everquest are not that great, in my opinion. There are armor ornamentations now which you can disguise your armor with, and that's basically it. After you're done with your tutorial, you get everything. You can either go over to Arius over here, hail him and say you want to leave, and he'll send you to Pak, which I do not recommend because yes, you can go off of Pak and get some basic stuff, but there's this little cave out here that if you run up to it and click OK, it'll send you straight to Crescent Reach where you have access to more quests and more mobs to kill. Here's the Everquest website, everquest.com. It's easy. All you have to do is getting started, click play free. As a free-to-play member, you have full access. You have Everquest House of Thule expansion. That's 17 out of the 19 expansions that are now out that they give you for free. Like I said, you get your 4 playable races, your 4 classes. You can play up to maximum level. You have 2 character slots per server. You can use rank 1 spells. You can only have 250 AAs, which is kind of low. You're not able to use prestige items. You can have 4 bag slots per character, 100 platinum per level, so you can get up to 9,500 or 10,000 now. You can hold on you. You can receive game mail, and you cannot give. People can send you free stuff. You get 30 loyalty rewards. Loyalty rewards can be used to buy fun little stuff that you can get from a person in a pack. Mercenary, you can only get tier 1 and tier 2. Neighbor houses, you can build houses in a neighborhood, but you cannot build a guild hall because you're a free member. You get 0 shared bank slots, and you can have 10 active quests. You can join guilds. You have restricted broker system. You can talk and voice chat unlimited. That's with everyone. You have a very limited of your chat abilities, and you cannot log into your progression servers. Basically, silver's almost the same thing. Other than that, you unlock you can unlock 750 more AAs that you can say. Alternate abilities are basically what makes your character stronger after your level. Like what you can improve your character with and make yourself even stronger. You may not use prestige items still. You can have 6 bag slots instead of 4, and you can have 500 platinum per level. You can receive just like the normal. You get 60 loyalty reward. You can use all tiers except for journeyman. You can do house and guild halls. You have 0 shared. You have 15 active journals. Join and create guilds. Restricted, unlimited, and unlimited chat ability. And you still may not log into the progression server. When you're a gold member, it's $14.99 per month. Basically, you get 500 station cash per month. So they're basically giving you $5 per month for you if you buy the reoccurring plan, which is basically pay month by month, and you'll get 500 station cash coins per month, which is pretty nice. You can buy little in-game stuff from the station cash store, which is this little button right here. You click it and you can buy little stuff. Sometimes for station cash, you can, if you buy that, you can buy in-game things. Say you're a free-to-play member and you want to play some of the other playable classes, you can spend your real money and you can buy those other classes. But as a gold, you have access to every single thing in the game. You have no advertisement or nothing. Okay, we're in Crescent Reach here. You can get your basic quest from him, and you can run around the corner. There's a long pathway. Further into the game, you'll have some more quests that you'll have a little tall treehouse tower-like thing that you can go up with a certain platform and talk. There's dragons that you can do some quests with. If you run around this corner, I don't know what I call it, a tent. It's kind of like a tent. It's a wooden hut, I guess I would call it. And you can go in there and you can buy spells. You can talk to your skill masters, and you can increase your skills. Your skills, you have your one-hand blunt, two-hand blunt. Casters, they have things like abjuration, alteration, conjurations, channeling, all of evocation. Depending on your spells, you have different things. If you right-click and hold your spell, it'll tell you exactly what it is. The higher your spell is, the lower chances you're going to fizzle. Fizzling means you fail to cast your spell. Right here, you have your different people that you can buy your spells from. What you do is you right-click them, and you click Show Only Items I Can Use. You can scroll down and buy, as soon as you save up for some money from getting items from killing monsters, you can click and turn around and sell their items and just buy any spells. If you go right-click them, it'll tell you, say you're, like I picked Wizard, it'll tell you the level of the item. You can set it from lowest to most expensive, which is usually the order of the lowest to the highest of spells. But it looks like that. It might be true. Here. Yeah, it's true. You can go from lowest to highest. Sometimes it's a little bit mixed up depending on what some of the spells are used for, like if it's damage or if it's just creating useless items that you don't really need. And whenever you exit out of the game from now on, you'll get the pop-up saying do you want to upgrade to gold. I'm going to log into my main account, which has access to everything because I am a gold member, and I'll show you create a character and show you that you get access to every single thing. If you click this X up in the corner, it'll take 30 seconds to camp, but it'll camp you all the way out, and you don't have to go to the character selection screen. If you want to camp out to normal, all you have to do is click the camp button that's in the little actions window. It'll ask you to upgrade now. Then you can go and upgrade to silver. You can buy station cash, $5 a station cash, and upgrade to silver or whatever. Okay. right now I have 6 characters. Some are low levels. I have my traders, my tinkerer, my main, a little bar that I use for power leveling another character up to a certain level, my monk, and my mage, which is basically has pets, and the pets do their biddings. If you create character, you have access to all 16 playable races if you're a gold member, and you have access to all 16 playable classes. There are so many classes to go through. If you click onto the playable class here, you can read the little information about the class, and it'll tell you what the class is, little basics of the class. I wanted to roll down my main character. His name is Silas. Okay, I have logged into my main character, and basically you get all these clickies and stuff that you can use. There's illusions that you can buy from the station cash store like these, and there's a whole bunch more. There's the whole station store. You can design your own weapons if you know how. You have to use 3D programming and graphics programming, and if you can make a good weapon, you can make 40% of the profit. I think it's 40% of the profit that SOE makes off your weapons, which is pretty nice for you just designing a weapon on your free time and getting paid for it if it gets accepted. You have your guild hall. Your standard guild hall was the old guild hall that was original, that if you're in a guild you can check out. The neighborhood guild hall is whatever your guild pays for. The officer can go in and buy a guild hall. Our guild hall is the biggest guild hall you can possibly get, and the guild, they just laid a whole bunch of junk out just to have. Loading doesn't take very long. It just sometimes your very first startup load will be a little bit long if you want to listen to the tutorial. If not, if you want to skip the tutorial, all you have to do is click escape. Our guild hall, they set a whole bunch of stuff around here, and just stuff that we've gained over killing and stuff in our raids, and just that they paid for. Well, this is Revolution X Gamer. Thank you for joining me.